The IP65 waterproof motion sensor combines presence sensing, daylight harvesting, DALI dimming, and Casambi radio technology. The sensor can work with DALI LED drivers or luminaires. The luminaires just need to be connected to mains power. And use the ZHAGA Book 18 socket for outdoor applications like warehouses, factories, street, and area lighting. This version of the device requires the DALI bus for power. How to add it to Casambi? Once you enter the Casambi app, if it's not connected to any other networks, it will show up in the nearby devices list. Just add it to your network. Next up, we can set up the sensor, like configuring motion detection and daylight sensing. For this specific setup process, we'll follow the steps for another product since they operate the same way.
Next, we're talking about motion sensing. Click on More, and then we click on Network Setup. Click on Control Options. Enable Use Control Hierarchy. Done. Then click back. Go to Sensors. Click on Sensor. You can name it or set other options. In Presence Sensor, let's click to enable it. Select Presence Absence. Presence scenes to call Scene 1. Absent scenes call Scene 2. For linger time, set it shorter, 5 seconds for example. It means, if motion is detected, call Scene 1. If no motion is detected after 5 seconds, call Scene 2. Fade time, also set it shorter, for example 1 second. Click Done. Back. Then we come to luminaires. Click on A, Automation. Resume automation, yes, all done. When motion is sensed, it calls Scene 1. The person is gone. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. No motion detected now. It calls Scene 2. Someone's coming. Calling Scene 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. When the person is gone, call Scene 2. That's all. Thank you.
Today we bring you the Casambi sensor. Check out its daylight effects and settings. We have a light here. Use it to simulate ambient light. We can adjust the brightness of the lamp to simulate changes in ambient brightness. Let's look at the first effect, the basic on-off. When the ambient brightness is higher than a certain value, the lights will turn off automatically. Let's increase the ambient brightness. When the ambient brightness is higher than 1200 lux, the light connected to the sensor will turn off. When the ambient brightness is lower than a certain value, the light will turn on automatically. Let's decrease the ambient brightness. When the ambient brightness is below 150 lux, the light connected to the sensor will turn on. Take another look. When the environment is bright enough, such as during daylight, the light connected to the sensor will turn off. And when the environment becomes dark enough, such as at night, the light connected to the sensor will turn on. Let's take a look at how to set it up. Create a new scene or double-click to edit an existing scene. Click to select the light and continue. Next, click on Daylight Control. Mode Selection. Choose the basic, on-off, controlling sensors. Select the sensors you want to use. Now, let's set the following parameters. Minimum dim level. This determines the minimum brightness level. If set to 0, the light will turn off when the environment is bright enough. If the value is greater than 0, the light will remain slightly lit and won't turn off. Switch on at 150 lux. The light will turn on when the ambient light level is below 150 lux. Switch off at 1200 lux. The light will turn off when the ambient light level exceeds 1200 lux. Done. Click back, save the settings, and then enable the scene. Next, let's look at the second effect, maintaining constant illuminance. When the ambient light level decreases, the light connected to the sensor will increase its brightness to supplement the ambient light. You can see, as the ambient light level decreases, the brightness of the light will increase. When the ambient light level increases, the light connected to the sensor will decrease its brightness, in order to keep the light level around the sensor constant. Let's see how to set it up specifically. Check the light, click Continue, click Daylight Control. Select the external mode. In controlling sensor, check the sensor. You can enable use the full dim range. You can also set the change rate. Click response graph and adjust the curve to look like this. Click back, save the settings, and then enable the scene. Done. Next, let's look at the third effect, When the ambient light level increases, we can see that the brightness of the light connected to the sensor also increases. In other words, the higher the ambient light level, the brighter the light connected to the sensor. As the ambient light level decreases, we lower the ambient light level. You can see that the lower the ambient light level, the dimmer the light connected to the sensor. Let's see how to set it up specifically. Double-click to edit the scene. Check the light, click Continue, click Daylight Control. Select the external mode. In controlling sensor, check the sensor. You can enable Use the full dim range. You can also set the change rate. Click Response Graph and adjust the curve to look like this. Done. Click back, save the settings, and then enable the scene. When the ambient light level increases, the brightness of the light connected to the sensor will also increase. When the ambient light level decreases, the brightness of the light connected to the sensor will also decrease. This is the kind of effect we're looking at. Increase the ambient light level. The brightness of the light connected to the sensor will also increase together. That's all. Thank you. Bye.